This year, hundreds of positions within the National Park Service were slashed, resulting in delayed openings, shorter visitor center hours, closed campgrounds, but also less overall upkeep. And that right there, that is what inspired Ami Manser to post this.
So we're on one of our favorite hikes in Washington right now, and I am honestly so disappointed in the trail conditions. I mean, look at this.
We just took a trip to North Cascades National Park and hiked a trail we've loved in the past, but the trail and road conditions this time were not great.
And over the past few months, this has been a pattern that we keep seeing over and over again, where the roads to the trailheads are not maintained. They have tons of down logs, are super rutted out. The bathrooms at the trailheads are often completely full and don't have any toilet paper. And then conditions like this, where the trail is just completely overgrown.
After seeing that, I had some questions, so I reached out to Ami. I sent her a DM and asked her to come on the show. She's joining us now remotely via Zoom right now. Hey, Ami.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey, so let's first zero in on where exactly you took this footage. Where was it in the North Cascades?
Yeah, so this footage is from a very popular trail in North Cascades called Hidden Lake. And Hidden Lake is a trail that spans both U.S. Forest Service land and National Park Service land, so both federally managed, and this trail cuts across both of those jurisdictions.
Online, the hiking community has been talking about these federal cuts and the impacts for months now, really since the start of the year. With that in mind, did you hit the trail expecting to find it as overgrown as it was?
No, I wouldn't say I expected it. I was aware that many federal lands jurisdictions, whether it's National Park Service land, Forest Service lands, Bureau of Land Management, they have been impacted by the cuts. They have reduced staff, reduced funding. And so I was aware of that going into it, but I didn't go in with a pre-notion of, oh, I'm expecting to see X, Y, and Z out on the trail. But that is something that we have been we, as in my wife and I, we hike and backpack a lot in the Pacific Northwest. We have been noticing it quite a bit more this year compared to previous years. And we are avid hikers and backpackers. We are out most weekends, both in Washington, northern Idaho, and Montana. That's kind of the breadth of where we explore.
Do you feel like what you experienced is unprecedented, something you haven't seen before, even compared to when everything shut down during COVID?
Yeah, I would actually say so. I would agree with that statement. Again, as I said, brushy trails are nothing new to us. We have experienced it in the past, but this year it's a lot more than in the past. I would say it is unprecedented. And I've been hiking and backpacking my entire life. So this is not a new terrain for me.
If nothing changes, if this pattern of a lack of upkeep keeps up, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, yeah, that's a fantastic question. I can't predict what's going to happen, but the trajectory currently is making me feel like these issues will continue if the status quo also continues. And what I think has been completely overlooked during these budget cuts is like the massive economic boost that national park lands and U.S. Forest Service lands give to local communities. And to touch upon your user experience, like last year in 2024, the national park system saw an all-time high visitation rate. And these are visitors who are lodging and eating in and around the national parks, contributing to a very strong tourism economy. But when the user experience starts to degrade because of this lack of funding, things like closed visitor centers, long lines, lack of search and rescue, which is a safety issue, and then these poorly maintained trails and bathrooms, you will see people stop visiting and local economies will suffer.